So I experienced something for the first time the other day. I had some friends over and they're like, Ryan, let's play some game. I mean, that's not it. That is a cool feeling, but that's not what I'm talking about today. The thing is, I went out to get a game because I was so excited, and I walked into my little game room here, and I'm looking at the shelves, and I'm like, oh, what do I pick? So I realized I have acquired a lot of games. So I trying to figure out how many games I should have on my shelves. Currently, I have 382 games. I have gotten rid of a lot of games. You watched my past videos. I've cut a lot of games. Maybe almost 70 to 100. I can't remember exactly, but still, 382, I'm like, ugh, that's a lot. So I think I was like, okay, maybe I'll get down to 300, but that seems a little too ambitious. So I'm thinking 350. Let's just get down to 350. So today, I have 7 games that I figured that would get me down to 375. And then 25, I feel like I can focus on. I feel like that's a number that I can slowly go through my collection and start trimming the fat. So let's just, let's hop in. Hey, I'm Ryan. Welcome to the Board Game Journey, where you join me to play 1,000 games. We're cutting some games this video. Let's get to it. First game being cut is Cities USA. I own the original Cities, and I love this game. I play this. I haven't played it a lot lately, but I definitely figured this game is a nice Gateway Plus game. So when I first heard Cities USA introduced, I was super excited because I was like, I like Cities. I was hoping it was just more of the same with a few tweaks. And I think the big thing they changed was this concept of neighborhoods and roads. Because on the first game, Cities, the placement of the tiles weren't as restrictive. You could just kind of put them and then you're just trying to achieve some goals. Where this one, you got to be a little bit more strategic, tactical, if you will, on where things are placed because you want to line up roads. You're trying to build these kind of like section off boxes to meet goals. But honestly, it took the fun right out of it. I enjoyed this for what it was. This one, you feel like you're doing your taxes. That's what it feels like. And it got to the end scoring. Honestly, didn't even want to do it. My buddy was scoring the game, and he was like, I think this is 20. I'm like, yeah, sounds good. 20, 30, 40, 100. I don't care. Let's just move on to the next game, which we are right now. Bye-bye, Cities. See you later. Next up is a Carnivore Did It. Now this one, I'm cheating a little bit because I'm not fully getting rid of it. I'm just going to bring it to work. I've had good success bringing some other games, like some trivia games I have to work, and I've been using them as like, staff meeting icebreakers and kind of team building kind of stuff. So I think I have some ideas for this one. So while it's leaving my collection, I think it will be there, but it won't be in my official count. For those that don't know, if you're into deduction type games, this is a cool game. You have these cards that you lay out, and then they essentially say like, oh, the shortest person did it, the 2 culprits are this, or this person's lying. And so essentially, each of these characters we laid out, and then the degree of difficulty depends on what level you're trying to play on. And you're just trying to figure out who did it, who done it. And there's maybe there's 2 bad guys, maybe there's 1 bad guy. I think there's something like 2,000 scenarios or something like that. So if you're into these kind of games, I assume you will love it. It's not bad. Like I said, I think for me, I just had this set up at work, like 1 scenario a day or something like that, and then I'll do something with it. I haven't quite figured out all the details yet, but I think that's where it will probably have the best success for me. So for me, this kind of game, it's not a game I really want to bring out. If I have friends coming over to play games, I have always games I'm going to pick way before I pick this one. Just giving one around the table and trying to solve, like as a team, a puzzle. Yeah, maybe on an off chance here and there, you're just in the mood for it. But it's not something I'm going to pull for lately. And I'm trying to cut my games down. So if I'm not going to pull it and it's just sitting on my shelves, I might as well try to find another use for it, which is why I think team building, that's the way to go with this game. Next up is Guildlands. I think when I first heard about this game, I was just intrigued because I think I heard it described as like Carcassonne with asymmetric powers. And it essentially is that. You are just like placing tiles onto like this group board, and each person has like their own powers and their own goals that you're trying to achieve, right? Like, for instance, like you might be the Druids Guild and you're trying to get the longest road, or you might be the Gardeners Guild, and you're trying to build up these big areas of plants and vegetation. So, but at the same time, you're trying to like undermine the players. Like they know I'm going for the longest road, so therefore you're trying to like cut it off and like shorten my road. And I'm trying to like mess up turn some tiles around so you're not scoring as many trees. So it's a very head-to-head game. So you got to be into like a take that-y type. It's essentially like a more take that Carcassonne, because Carcassonne, even though it feels innocent, you can play it pretty viciously. So I think it's just that dialed up a few notches. So I mean, it's definitely a game for somebody. I think with my group, it just doesn't fit. Doesn't fit the vibe. I think I played it at 2 players. It was just okay to me. At least in my first game, I felt it completely imbalanced. The two factions we happened to choose, his just counteract everything mine can do, and it just wasn't even fun. I was playing the game going, okay, I'm trying to do this, and it just felt like, okay, well, he can just undo everything I'm doing with very little effort. So I just didn't enjoy that at all. But, so that's Guildlands. See you later. Next up is K2. This game has sat in my collection. I bought this very early on. And I was getting into board game, I watched some YouTubers play it, and people would like, hey, this is like a hidden gem. And I'm not saying it's bad, it's really not. I've only played it twice. I played it once when I first got it, and I played it again the other day, because like, I was like, I've been holding on this game. I'm trying to go through a lot of my maybe games, at least in my BG Stats app. A lot of games I list as 7.1. 7.1 in my world means I didn't hate it, but I need to play it more. That's what this game was for the longest time. So 7.1. Like, there's something there. I probably just need more plays to kind of feel it. So I do see where the love for this game is. Essentially, you have two climbers, and you're climbing K2, and you having to like manage your oxygen. You have to like, you know, climatize yourself to the environment as you go higher, right? And as you get closer and closer to the top, it gets more and more dangerous, and you have to account for the weather. So there's a lot of cool things. I just kind of felt the game, for me personally, sort to drag. Like, it starts off very slow, which is fine because you're slowly going up the mountain. So from a thematic standpoint, it's cool. Like, I remember when I played it both times now, on the TV and the sound system, I put on like a snowy mountain with raging winds, and I put the AC down nice and cold, to kind of really immerse yourself into the spirit of the game. But, so yeah, that's the idea. Let me just show you the board. So as you can see, there's two sides of the board. That's side one. That's side two. Each side kind of offers different difficulty, and there's even different weather tiles. So you can definitely play a more casual game or a harder game. You can kind of dial in your difficulty that you feel necessary. Each time I played it, I just been mediocre to it, where I felt like, yeah, it's cool. Like, I would never turn down a game. If someone really loved this game, they wanted to play it, I'm fine. But it's not a game I'm going to reach for over all these other games. And sadly, but both times I've tried to push to the top. And I remember saying to myself, okay, Ryan, last time we did that, your guy died. Be smart, turn back early. But you know, I couldn't. I was like, I know I probably can win this game right now, but I want to summit the mountain. So I would say from a thematic standpoint, it really does immerse you, especially with all my little thematics I did with it. So it was cool, just not a game I want to need. I don't need to keep it. I just don't need to keep it. It's a game I'll be happy to get rid of, so see you, K2. This next game was a gift from my good friend Caleb. He's the guy that got me into board games, so thank you, Caleb. Appreciate that. He gave me New York Zoo. I held on to it for a long time, finally tried it. Cool game. I really like it. I like polynomials. I think for me, the reason I'm getting rid of this game is I think it's just that level of confusion for this type of game that I'm just not going to choose it. Like recently, I just been talking about, at least on the channel, Frosted Blooms, which, I'm not, that game is going to get played before this game. And I could probably name 3 other games that will get played before this game. So it really just comes down to, if it's like 4th on the list or 5th on the list, in this case probably 8th, 9th, or 10th, I just need to get rid of it. Now, I'll keep some games that are low on the list if they just offer something unique that I feel like, oh man, this will be special in this right environment. And I'll hold on to it for way longer than probably needed to, but this one's not offering that. Like I said, Uwe Rosenberg, I have other games of his that are great, but I just don't need to keep this one. So, see you later, New York Zoo. So, Umbrella is the one that's probably the hardest one for me, because even now I'm looking at the boss going, man, I kind of want to play it one more time. So I might cheat the system. Even though it's leaving my collection, I might just give it to my mother-in-law. She's sort of my hack, where games that I'm not super crazy about, sometimes they find good success at her house because they're just a little bit more friendly. They're gamers, but they don't like super complex games. They like games that are like a little bit more luck-based, a little bit easier. Now, this is not really a luck-based game in terms of like it is a puzzle game. You essentially have like these grid of umbrellas, and you have to like slide one umbrella in, which pushes everything out, and then one comes out, and you basically slide from the top to bottom, and you're essentially trying to make a certain shape happen. Like, okay, that's really the entire game. Like, can you make this shape happen with the colors? If you can do that, you get you get the gold card, you get another gold card, right? So it's essentially the essence of the game. I think my problem with games like this is I have a good collection now of these kind of heads down individual puzzle games. And if I'm being honest with myself versus the ones I have already, this is probably one that I'm like, okay, I have another one of Fife. It's another puzzle game. I think I prefer Fife over this one. And that's another one which is still like a heads down puzzle game. But I feel like at least that one it flows a little bit better for me than this one does. So I think for that reason, you know, I feel like I'm gonna try to narrow down this kind of genre of game to maybe like 3 games in my entire collection that are like this puzzle game. So I'm gonna probably be more ruthless with it. I'm not saying I'll never buy games like this. I'm just saying if I have a 3 top, you know, in this genre of these kind of puzzle games, like it's gonna take a lot to get one to knock it off. So in this case, see you later, Umbrella. Well, you're going to my in-laws. And the complete opposite of Umbrella is Archeos Society, where I have no problem getting rid of this game. I was on the fence for buying it for so long. And I think I saw someone's channel, they recommended it again, and I was like, okay, you know what? He made some good points. I can see my game group liking it. And honestly, I'll buy some games that I'm okay with. I'm a 6 out of 10, which is like a game that I'll play, but not a game I need to own. And so I'm okay playing those games. We're holding on to a couple of them because they're just easy to get to the table. And I have like a pretty light game group I play with. So I was like, okay. So I'm always on a search for games that are like light, but still fun for me, that, you know, that we could play that's not a party game. So I thought maybe this would be it, because it seemed like a sort of like a card collecting, you know, tableau racing, and it had like this cool environment because you're essentially collecting cards and there's multiple tracks, all these tracks, and you're trying to like move down certain tracks strategically. Some give you more points, some give you less, some give you this. So there's always different. That's the way I envision it, at least, right? And actual execution, it just felt like one of those games where you're just drawing cards, like you're just like, okay, and it sort of felt mindless. I know there's some thinking involved, but it just didn't feel great. And because of that, like if I'm not enjoying it, like I gotta have some enjoyment if I'm gonna like teach my family and subject them to this. So I've only played it at 2 players. I assume this game has to play better at more. It says 2 to 6. I imagine it shines at 4 or 5. So once again, maybe I'll just give this to my in-laws. Maybe I'll do that for now. So maybe you can like trick them into playing like 1 more game. But for now, it's out of my collection, so see you later. And boom, that's 7 more games out of the collection. So it should bring me down to 375, which I think is a more manageable number. So 25 more to go. I know I can cut a bunch of party games. I got a lot of party games, probably 80 plus party games right now. So I feel like I can go start chopping there a little bit, maybe get rid of 10 more there. But for this, I know I'm doing the right thing because I don't feel a certain way. I'm not looking at these games going, oh man, why am I getting rid of that game? No, I feel like because of all the reasons I gave on the video, like some of these games I'm gonna bring to work, some I'll give to my in-laws, and some I just gotta find a new home for. I don't know where they're gonna go. So I'm starting to get a backlog of games that need a place to go. So you, out there, do you want some free games? Free, no catch. Maybe just pay shipping, that's it. So I will happily ship you a box of games, but just let me know. I need someone in the comments to be like, yeah, Ryan, I want some free games. If you're in the US, that's my only caveat. US, just easier with the shipping and customs. I just want to be able to mail it with no worries. But I'll send them wherever. Or if you have like a place I can donate to. Even better, do you have like a game club? I'll donate all these games. Plus I have a bunch other. Oh wait, one second, I'll show you. There we go. I have a bunch of other games like this. All these games here need a home. So I will happily send these games wherever in the US. Oops, that hurt. Hit me right in the funny mouth. Okay, so yeah, if you just hit me on the comments, we'll talk, or email me. My email's in the description, we could talk. But yeah, I'd love to find a new home for these, so just let me know. So let me ask you guys, anything here you're thinking like, Ryan, you're crazy. K2 is my favorite game of all time, buddy. So, which is fine. I love that we all have different tastes, but I'll ask you guys a favor though. Please, if you guys, hey Ryan, I didn't like Umbrella 2, but I really liked this alternative game. So I love when you guys do that. It's so cool to hear another option. So, and so far I've been having good success. You guys recommended games, I go buy them, I try them. Not all are hits, but a lot of them are good. So, because you guys have already been through this process, I'm still the new guy looking around trying to figure out what's good. So, I'm getting better at it. I'm starting to narrow down my taste buds a little bit for games. So, yeah, let me know what you guys are thinking. And while you're down there, leave some likes, leave some comments. And I love feedback. Trust me, you guys can never offend me. You can say whatever you want to me. I only look at everything as constructive. I always internalize it and figure out is there truth in it. So I never get bothered no matter how you phrase it. So just let me know. I don't take offense. I just, it's helpful for me to hear you guys like, oh, I love this. Oh, I wish you did this. It really is helping. But subscribe and like and follow and all that good stuff. Yeah, thank you very much. And until the next video, have fun gaming. See you.